What's up, everybody? This is your girl Nia, the video game her, and I will be beginning a new series on my channel called Gamer Rambles. And basically, Gamer Rambles is a series where I will discuss video games in general and the video game industry in more detail. A lot more different than my random haphazard videos where I just get on camera and go off the dome. And in my very first episode today, I'm gonna have a buddy of mine who goes by the alias the Soxus, my bad, here on YouTube. And the topic that we're gonna be talking about today is the Nintendo Direct that happened just today. So I'm gonna allow the Soxus to go ahead and introduce himself and give us a little bit of information about his channel and himself.
Hey, like you said, the sauces. Basically, my channel on here, on YouTube, is basically just, really, it's a video game music, channel, like a video game music video channel, where I basically just take clips of, games that I'm really interested in, and I mix it with, soundtracks and songs that I'm interested in as well, and I really just do it for my free time. People that are subscribed to me, really enjoy my work. They're really supportive. So this video in general is actually kind of new to them, since I really don't do discussion videos. People who are subscribers of me, if you're interested in my channel, come check it out. Leave some feedback. Let me know if you enjoy my work. I enjoy her channel a lot, so it was really fun and really nice of her to allow me to collaborate with her to do this video, and yeah.
Yay! Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and dive right into the topics. The first thing that we're going to discuss is the new Fire Emblem that was announced for the Nintendo 3DS today. Apparently this new game is going to have the same game designer, but the gameplay is going to be vastly different than previous Fire Emblems, and the things that you do in the game are going to be very important, because the way that the game pans out in the end will rely a lot on the actions that you take in the game. So I'm gonna go ahead and give the Soxus the floor so that he can tell us his thoughts about Fire Emblem for the Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for what I'm about to say, but I did not play Fire Emblem Awakening.
Stop it!
I did. I'm serious. I didn't. And I know it's a travesty among gamers, not even just like Nintendo fans or like Nintendo like gamers. Just like I just didn't get to it. I did play the demo when it first came out, and I did enjoy it, but I guess at the time there was just other software that just overshadowed that.
Yeah.
I mean, but from what I saw today in the direct, it does have me interested, like the first one. So maybe if it comes out around the time where there's not too much software that I'm trying to get, then I might pick it up, especially for the $40. I do like the way all the cinematics and the gameplay looks. Like it goes from like a top-down view straight into like battling and stuff. So, I mean, if I do get my hands on it, I'm pretty sure I'll enjoy it.
Oh man, well, as for me, I love Fire Emblem. I ain't beat one yet, but I like the series and I've played the series, you know what I mean? And pretty much what got me into Fire Emblem was the 3DS Ambassadors program on the OG 3DS, when one of the games that we got was Sacred Stones GBA version.
Yeah.
And after that, I was like, you know what, Fire Emblem is pretty freaking hype. And then my boyfriend bought me Fire Emblem Awakening, which I enjoy a whole lot, and I'm happy that it has a classic mode because I hate permadeath in games. I mean, it has its, advantages. It makes you feel more invested in what you're doing, but golly, it's tough when when somebody under your command dies. Like, that is hard.
Yeah.
Like, that is hard to deal with. But as far as the new Fire Emblem, I'm going to be completely honest. As much as I enjoy Fire Emblem and as much of a good series as I think that it is, we didn't really need a new one right now. I kind of feel that it's kind of a little early for a new Fire Emblem, but to all of those Fire Emblem fans out there, I'm pretty sure that you guys are going to be excited, especially for the fact that it's going to be so much different gameplay wise. And they didn't really go too much in detail in the Nintendo Direct about what exactly is going to change, what exactly is going to be different, but it's kind of implied. You already kind of know how it's going to go. But, hopefully whenever they start showing more information about this new Fire Emblem and they actually give it a subtitle and some other things, then maybe it'll pique my interest a little bit. But I'm still working on Awakening right now, so I'm not even checking for this new Fire Emblem, to be honest.
Didn't Awakening come out like 2013?
Yeah.
And but they didn't actually give a date or even a year for this new one.
That's
so
true.
Like, it could be 2016, maybe like 3 years apart. So I don't think that's too long. But that's too early for a new Fire Emblem. I mean, but I think it's just the fact that Nintendo didn't think that game would do that good.
They
really
didn't.
So they were like, damn, why haven't we been doing this? Why haven't we been making more Fire Emblem games with this studio on, and like the fact that it sold so well on the 3DS when it's such like it's a big game.
Yes.
It's really big.
Yes. And I know that like when Awakening came out, they said something along the lines of, if that game didn't sell, it was probably going to be the last one in the series. And then the way that game took off was just crazy. So it makes sense that they're making a new one. I just don't know if I'll be picking it up day one. That's just me. But, I mean, I don't know. If it isn't coming out until 2016, that would be kind of odd. Because I thought that this Direct was supposed to be about spring titles. So I just assumed it would come out this year.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying earlier, like a lot of people were gonna be disappointed because they weren't gonna talk about stuff that wasn't coming out in the spring. But like I also was thinking, like, yeah, every now and then they do throw in a couple like bones in there, just like they'll show off a trailer that's coming out for stuff that's just 2015. It's not coming out in the spring. Yeah. But it's trailers for games that they have announced already. So I feel like that was one of those things where they just felt like it was time for them to say, well, this game is coming out.
Yeah, that's true. It could be one of those situations. We never know. And they didn't really give a whole lot of information about it. So, I mean, there's no telling what's going to happen with this game. But I know a lot of people are thinking that just because this game exists, that means that Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem is not happening. Y'all need to chill out. Like, stop. Chill out.
I mean, it is really, like, it's getting to, like, that status where it's like, where the hell is this
game? I mean, that's true, but I wouldn't jump to conclusions just yet. That's just my opinion.
I mean, usually, like, at least Nintendo would say something about it. And they haven't said anything about the game. Like, no, like, PR or, like, any, I mean, at least that I haven't seen.
They said something about it last year, like some months ago. It was either a little bit before E3 or somewhere around that time when they mentioned that Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem is still in development. It's still being worked on. But after that, they haven't really said or mentioned anything else about it. So that's why I'm kind of like not worried, because they did already say that it's progressing. So I'm just gonna take that for face value. And I'm not going to jump to conclusions.
I just want to see gameplay, that's all I want to
see.
Like, even if they don't give me a date, I just want to see what it looks like.
I think a lot of people get nervous every time something is announced, but there's like no gameplay, because people don't understand that games take time. And I mean, we're gamers, and we anticipate this kind of stuff. So obviously it's one of those kind of things that kind of lingers in the back of your mind. But there's some people that are straight up just saying, canned, it's canceled. It's like, chill out, like, we don't know.
I think those people aren't really like looking that hard into the information about it. Like, no, the average gamer wouldn't really know what you just said, like that it was coming along, unless they were actually following that game.
That's true.
But yeah, Nintendo isn't one to just show off a game just a cinematic. Like, they're gonna show gameplay with it. Like, at first it was just cinematic. Mm-hmm. For the new Fire Emblem, but then they just straight up like show gameplay.
Yes.
I think Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem was actually the first time they ever did that. They did not show gameplay.
Yep, that's the way they are, man. People just gotta remember, like, they are who they are. Like, if they're gonna show a CG trailer, there's gonna be some gameplay to back it up. If it ain't no gameplay to back it up, they're likely not gonna show it. They might mention it, but they're just not gonna do anything at all other than mention it. Because you could tell that Fire Emblem footage was like not even close to being done. Because those graphics were real. It's like it went from straight beautiful CG to like crappy 3DS graphics.
Yeah.
It was so funny. I mean, I love the 3DS though. It does what it does. It is what it is. I mean, hey, it is what it is. Alright. Now let's see. The next thing on the list was Puzzles and Dragons Z and Puzzles and Dragons Super Mario Edition, which will be coming together in one cartridge. And it's supposedly coming in May. Now, Puzzles and Dragons is a game that we already knew was coming because they announced it like last week or something like that.
Like it was like either earlier this week or like the end of last week.
Yeah, it was fairly recent that they mentioned it, and me being the puzzle game fanatic that I am, I was interested. I'm like, okay, well, shoot, if it comes over and if it's a good price, I'll scoop it up. I mean, it's no problem for me. So, I mean, that's just another game to add to my library. It isn't anything to go crazy about, but I mean, if you like that kind of stuff, I mean, you get it. If you don't, then you don't. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's not for me, to be honest, it's not one of those things I'm like, oh. I mean, it's cool because I mean, I did see a gameplay for it, and it's like it's puzzle, but at the same time, it's a battling game.
Right.
So like you do the puzzles at the bottom on the touch screen, but like what you do on the bottom turns into like combos, which are attacks.
Yeah.
And then those attacks are like used on the enemies on the top screen. So like it's a cool idea. I actually probably would prefer just the Puzzles and Dragons Z just because it looks something new, and like you already know when you do something with Nintendo, they have to like put Mario or like Zelda in it or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. I mean the game looks interesting, but I mean for me I'm probably not gonna get it. But I think the best thing to come out of it was when they announced it earlier, like before today, their stock actually went up for it because I think they said it's a mobile game.
Yeah.
And it got ported over to the 3DS. So instead of Nintendo going mobile, they brought mobile to them.
You know what? That is so smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, well that's cool, man. I mean, like I said, it's just one of those kind of games. It's just something to put in your library. Either you buy it or you don't. I mean, yeah. And then there's also going to be another game similar to that Pokemon Shuffle game. And it's free to play?
Yep.
What?
It's it's an eShop title. It's free to play, but I'm not worried about it because the way they explained it was the way free to play is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, and it's done pretty well too. Like, the way they're doing it is you have a certain amount of battles you can do per day.
Right.
And you have a certain amount of like moves in those battles. So you have to really like whatever moves you make in each battle, you have to really think about it because you're limited. But at the same time, you get items from those battles, and then you can convert those items into more turns per battle or
Right.
more battles you can have per day. And I think they also integrated Street Pass into it. So if you bring your 3DS with you and you have that title, I guess when you Street Pass with people or you go to one of those hot spots for Street Pass, you get items as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have the option to just straight up buy more items if you just want to play more.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's interesting for people who like that kind of stuff. I'll probably pass on that one though. Alright, let's see. Now the next topic is that Wii games of all things will be coming to the Wii U eShop for download, and currently Super Mario Galaxy 2 is available. Punch Out Wii will be coming on the 22nd next week, and then Metroid Prime Trilogy will be coming the week after that on January the 29th. That's pretty hype. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. That is pretty hype.
When I saw that, I was like, what is he trying to explain? Like, because I saw they showed the Wii games just on the Wii U menu, and I'm like, that's weird. And then he went into the backwards compatibility and how you had to go into like Wii mode in order to use all your discs. He's like, well, now you can just download it. You don't have to go to Wii mode. I was like, that is nice. Because, like, I was also thinking, like, we could take screenshots now
Oh
of our.
my gosh, yes! Why did I think of that? Oh my god, you're so right.
Yeah, we could take screenshots and everything. And, like, I'm pretty sure there's going to be communities for it and everything. We're going to see art for it and all that stuff. So, that. The Wii game thing is definitely a really good thing. But I was also thinking, I'm like, where's the damn GameCube and N64 games? Like,
Yes, yes.
I get that though. Well, I don't know. I think they said that the Wii used in like the way it's made is pretty similar to the Wii, or is it not as similar?
They said that they're similar, and that's why it's easier to port over Wii games than it is anything else.
Yeah. So I would get that, but I'm just like, you said GBA and like we got GBA. Wait,
Where's
do
the
we have?
DS games? They said they were
Yeah.
gonna bring out DS. There's no DS games on the eShop in America yet, but there is in Japan.
Yeah.
Well,
So I mean, yeah, it's just good, but
yeah.
it's all good. Cause I downloaded Galaxy like earlier. I was like, I haven't played Galaxy 2. I played the hell out of Galaxy 1, got all the stars to play as Luigi and all that, but I just never played 2. Apparently 2 is better.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat. A lot of people are gonna hate me, but I ain't played Galaxy 2. Blah, whatever. I didn't play Galaxy 2. I was thinking about getting Punch Out real soon because I haven't had a chance to try Punch Out yet. Metroid Prime Trilogy I have played, but I do not own it for myself. So I will be getting that because I was gonna get my own copy because right now I'm kind of borrowing my boyfriend's copy. He don't know I got it yet, but yeah.
Wow.
We ain't gonna talk about that though. That's secret.
Yeah. They said
But
the first week these games are out, it's on sale, so you can get them out for like $10.
that's what I'm saying. So that means that if they're half price $10, that means full price is $20. Like that is a
Which is
steal.
still good. Like $20 is still good. Like if you go to GameStop now and try to pick up Mario Galaxy 2, it's gonna be like $50-$40.
Yes. And you know what's crazy? Because like I told you, I've been looking at getting Punch Out Wii, and I looked on Amazon, and Amazon has it for like $60. It's like, why is Punch Out this much? And
Wait,
but yes,
like $50.
yes, like why are these games still full price? I don't understand. Like I guess they had a limited run or something, but I don't know if you guys remember, but you know now Nintendo is actually also selling refurbished Wii games on the Nintendo Store online, and Punch Out refurbished is $11 on the Nintendo Store online. But if I can get it on the Wii U eShop, I mean it's just $1 less, but I mean that's still pretty dope. Like,
Yeah.
I think I might have to scoop that up. But like you said, Sox, is like, why why don't we have N64 and GameCube games yet? Like the Wii games is awesome, but it was kind of like way out of nowhere,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
It's like they skipped everything that people really wanted and gave us something that we kind of wanted.
Pretty much. It's like, man, like hopefully I don't know if it's easy to get Wii games as the downloadable titles on the Wii U because of how easy it is to bring games over. That has to mean the same thing for GameCube games because GameCube and Wii had very similar hardware as well. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out of my butt and I don't know what I'm talking about, but
I get what you're saying. Like it is it's definitely gonna be easier to bring GameCube games than N64 games.
yeah.
But I think one other thing they said was that some of the games will be compatible with just like the Wii Pro controller.
Mm-hmm.
Wii U Pro controller. So I don't know if that applies to Galaxy. Probably I don't know.
No,
I
because
mean,
you rely on the Wiimote for that game.
Yeah, but I mean Punch Out as well. So I mean I don't know what he's talking about when he says that like these games will be compatible with the Wii U Pro controller because I never played Metroid Trilogy, but I'm pretty sure that relies on the Wii remote too.
Yeah, see, Galaxy 2 relies on the Wiimote, Metroid Prime Trilogy relies on the Wiimote. Punch Out Wii, you can use a regular controller because if I can recall correctly, the classic controller is compatible with Punch Out Wii as well as the Wiimote nunchuck.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that means that when Punch Out Wii comes out, we should be able to play it with our gamepad, which is something that I wanted from Wiimote, was to be able to use the gamepad for games instead of having to use the Rinky Dink classic controller, because I don't like that controller at all. So I don't know. Maybe this was just a cop out way of making it possible to do those things that you can't do in Wii mode.
Yeah.
Hopefully GameCube games are soon to follow, because I didn't really play a whole lot of GameCube games, to be honest. So there's a lot of stuff that I could play from the GameCube Virtual Consoles that will be new to me. So that's pretty hype. Just the possibility of that is pretty hype.
You already know people are gonna, once they put like Melee on there,
Oh.
it's gonna be over.
Yeah.
Especially if they update the graphics.
Yeah, I think it's probably gonna be a straight port though, because aren't the isn't Galaxy just like a straight port, like what they just put up today?
Yeah.
I would imagine that is gonna be so odd seeing my Wii games on my Wii U dashboard. Like, that's crazy. I haven't even gotten Galaxy 2 yet.
Yeah, I picked it up. I was like, I got some extra money. I might as well just get it because it's not gonna be this cheap.
Yes. Because that game is still very expensive in stores.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go ahead and move on. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse has amiibo support. I think that you can use, you could use the Kirby characters from the Super Smash Brothers line of amiibo. You can use Meta Knight, King DDD, and Kirby, and they give you different power-ups and everything.
You can also use Yoshi too.
You can use Yoshi and Kirby?
Yep.
No, what does Yoshi do?
Yoshi, alright, so the Kirby one, it upgrades this power up you have in the game where he like gets big and then he just like dashes past everything. Basically just destroys everything.
Mm-hmm.
The Yoshi one, it upgrades his dash attack in the game. So I guess both of those you can tap them on the gamepad and use them whenever you want. You don't have to collect the power up.
I see. Well, I don't know. I'm one of those people that are still on the fence about amiibos. Like, I haven't bought any yet. I probably will at some point after more games come out and more games prove to have some kind of use for amiibos other than Smash Brothers and whatever is out now that uses amiibos. But I don't know. I think that it would take a little bit more for me to actually buy amiibos than a power upgrade. Like, while it's cool, it's not something that I would rush out to get an amiibo for.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I have like 7 of them. I remember when Smash Bros. Released, I was just like, when I get Smash, I want to be able to use everything in the game, so including the amiibo stuff. So, I rushed out and got like Mario and Samus, and then afterwards, I saw how fast the other ones were selling out, and especially the ones that was really interesting.
Oh yeah.
So that kind of got into my head too. But like it's like once you get one and you hold one, and then once you get a couple, you're like, oh, these are pretty cool, and then like you want to be able to like, keep all of them, and then like you get into that mode where you're like, well, if I had a whole bunch of these would look cool. Like if I just got one more, it would look even better.
Oh,
and then
man.
you start to get into that mode. You're like, oh, I need them, and they're like, to be honest, they're really not that expensive.
Yeah, they're not.
Especially for how like detailed they look. Like, and then all the like, I mean, I will say that they don't really bring that much to software, but it's cool that you're able to use them with so many different games.
Mm-hmm.
And that was obviously present in the Direct today. They kept bringing up Amiibo.
Right.
So I think it was also because they did realize that they weren't talking enough about how compatible it was or the future of Amiibo. They
Right.
really kind of like, we have this thing and you can buy it and it works with like a couple games, and it's not really that, I guess, innovative for gameplay, you could say.
Right.
It's just what I really think of it as is like, it's the Amiibo are the toys that people have wanted from Nintendo for the longest time, and they're here, and the detail is really nice, and they have all the characters that you really like from Nintendo series, and they also bring some sort of content.
Right. And that's really the interesting thing about Amiibo, even though I don't have any Amiibo yet, is that they can do so many things, and pretty much the sky is the limit for Amiibos. You could do a simple thing like bring a costume to a game, or you could do something really awesome, like how in Codename Steam, Fire Emblem characters can actually be playable in the game and have their
Yeah.
movesets that they use in their own games. Like, it could be anything. It's just a matter of, what the developers choose to do with them. So, I mean, in the direct today, it was pretty apparent that they plan on doing all kinds of stuff for Amiibo, and that's actually a good thing because Nintendo's known for bringing out peripherals and not really using them a lot. So,
Yeah.
like, the fact that they're actually, staying consistent with Amiibo currently and actually showing how they could expand your game across many games, I think that might get people like me who are on the fence, a little bit more of a drive to maybe actually go and try some. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I need something a little bit more than being able to like change my Mario Kart character's
Yeah.
costume. You know what I mean? For me
Yeah.
to get an amiibo. So, like I said, well, I don't know. I'm probably jumping a gun, so I'll save that for when we do talk about that. But yeah,
I think when the Sheik amiibo comes out, you'll get it, and
you
you'll
know
start.
what? I mean, it depends. It depends. I might. You never know. And speaking of amiibos, they got their third wave coming out. I can't believe the third wave is already coming out.
I think
Jeez.
it's the fourth wave, right?
Is it the fourth wave or?
I remember the first wave had like Mario, Samus, and all that
Mhm.
stuff. The second wave was um Luigi, Little Mac, not Captain. Was it Captain Falcon?
Captain
Yeah,
Falcon,
Captain Falcon, Diddy.
Pit.
Uh, yeah, Pit, and
Those are the ones that just came out.
yeah, the third wave is the one that's coming out next. Like,
Yeah,
so,
that's what I
like,
mean. That one's
but the-
coming out next, right?
but
Wave
the,
3.
this is they announced the fourth wave because these ones are different than those ones.
So wait, so this is gonna be wave 4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see who's coming out. Wario, Lucina, Charizard, Robin, Ness, and Pac-Man for this wave. And then there's gonna be a new series of Amiibo, the Super Mario series, different than the Super Smash Bros. Series of Amiibo. And it's gonna feature new Mario, new Peach, new Bowser, new Luigi, and Toad. So
Oh, that's pretty cool. They put Toad in there. He's finally getting some love with his own amiibo and everything.
yeah, and his game is gonna have a amiibo functionality with. Is it just him or is it the other characters too?
They only mentioned him. I know they said that when you scan him, you'll. There might have been some other use for when you scan him, but all I know is that they said that once you do, there will be like pixel toads everywhere, kind of like how in Super Mario 3D World, you could go around and you could find a different Luigi and Mario
Yeah.
like hidden everywhere in the levels. They have that in the game, but it's gonna be Toad now.
Yeah, they had that in Captain Toad too. Spoiler alert for those who didn't play the game already. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. And next, Mario Party 10 is gonna have crazy amiibo support as well. And there's gonna be an amiibo battle mode where you can scan your amiibos to play against each other. So it's kind of like spectate, but with amiibos.
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting. Let's see. Um, you can attach items to amiibo, really? Like in Smash
Yeah,
Bros? That's interesting.
yeah. In Mario Party you obviously have items.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe when you win games you can unlock items to attach to that specific amiibo. The
Mhm.
only problem is that if you want to use your Smash amiibos for it, because they are compatible, you have to erase your Smash data from it first.
Right. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, those things can only hold so much memory.
Yeah. Um, and they also said that there's gonna be a bundle coming out when the game launches.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. It's like a game and then one of the new Super
It's
Mario series amiibo.
they bundle it with the new Mario one.
Oh, so is it gonna just be Mario? Just Mario?
That's what they've announced so far. I don't know if they have any like separate bundles that'll be
Yeah.
attached to it, like with future dolls and all that.
I would be
But
surprised if they did that though. If they attached the bundle with Mario and then there's one with Bowser and then there's one with, Yoshi. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that.
that would be cool.
It would probably actually get more people to buy the game. Because a
Yeah.
lot of people are more willing to buy things when their favorite characters are attached to something. So if they saw, like, say if somebody really likes Luigi, and then there's like a Mario Party 10 Luigi amiibo bundle, they might be more likely to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, and if they sell it for $60, I definitely think that would be cool.
Oh
If they
yeah,
sell the game for 60 and then have Amiibo with it just for $60, that
yeah,
would sell a lot.
yeah. That's a good deal because I mean, that's pretty much just the amount you would pay for the game. So just the amount that you would pay for a game plus you get a free amiibo that you could use with anything. Like that's a good deal. Let's see, and we already talked about how Captain Toad will have amiibo support. Um, yes, Splatoon, that hub world though,
That was
Jesus.
like when I saw that, I was like, yo,
Yo,
I was like, what am I looking at right now? And I was like, this is the future of Nintendo. Like, this is what happens when you let the younger generation of Nintendo developers just do their thing.
yes. I'm just gonna fangirl out real quick because that was amazing. Oh my god. Because one of the things that me and my friends always talk about with Splatoon is how are the new developers gonna make this game in a way that is still Nintendo, but then they find a way to modernize it, and how in the world is the customization gonna work? So the hub world is pretty much like a little market. It kind of reminds me like a metropolitan mall or something like that. Because I mean, the setting of Splatoon is kind of like a more urban. You know what I mean? So it makes
Yeah.
sense that the hub
That's
world.
the dopest thing about it is like
Yes.
the way everything is.
So it makes sense that the hub world looks the way that it does, and there's different little shops, so you can go and customize your weapons, customize your clothes, go to the store, get you a nice fitted cap. Like, yo, my inkling is gonna be so fresh. Like, I'm so excited.
And like
You don't know.
I was thinking about it. I'm like there's gonna be so much stuff in this game. Like I have a feeling they're gonna make amiibo for it. Like they're gonna make Splatoon amiibo,
Yep.
and then there's gonna be DLC for it. You know, there's gonna be new weapons, new costumes, all of that stuff, new maps. This is the reason why like people in the past were saying it would be so cool if Nintendo had a shooter, because
Yes.
everything that they do as far as like DLC and maps and like everything with the gameplay, it would be so cool because like not only will they do it right, but they just have like the creativity to just make everything interesting for a
Yeah.
while.
Like, when I saw that, I thought to myself, now this is the game that I've always wanted Nintendo to make. I've always wanted this kind of game from Nintendo. Always. And I'm finally getting it. It's a co-op game. It's got some strategy to it, some customization. Like, it's modern. Like, this is what they needed. And I am so excited. And I'm even more excited to know that they're slating it. Y'all know how that go. For May. So that's my birthday month. So that's pretty freaking awesome. I'm excited for Splatoon. You don't even
Yeah.
know.
When I saw the hub, it reminded me Right off the bat, when they showed the shops and everything, it reminded me kind of PlayStation Home,
Yes.
because you could go to different shops, you could see everybody's different characters. You can actually go up to each character and see what they have on. Like you can look at um their cap, and you can see where they bought it from. You can even see like their weapons, their loadouts, and all that stuff. Like it's just
It's hype.
cool. It's cool that they're allowing us to like get that much into detail, and like those characters are other players' characters, and like
Yeah.
you get to see them.
Kind of like
So
how Nintendo Land is too, a little bit, for those of you guys who have never played or messed around with PlayStation Home. But I have, I had PlayStation Home once upon a time, so I do understand what you mean. And it reminded me a lot of PlayStation Home as well, because PlayStation Home had a lot of those things where you can go buy clothes and do all this other kind of things, kind of like a Sim almost.
yeah,
So
it was like the other thing was just the music, man. Like the music in that game is so fitting. Like I was looking at it, I'm like, this is like Jet Set Radio cross like Nickelodeon cross
yes,
PlayStation Home. I'm like all of the stuff that's like that doesn't take itself too seriously. Like
I love it.
the music is was also just like cool about the game. Like I love the music that he's playing so far.
I love everything that I've seen about Splatoon up to this point. Like, I have not been disappointed yet by an update, but I usually try not to get this excited about new unproven IPs because you never know. It could suck. It could be a bad game.
Well, I
But
mean, I mean, from what people have said about the gameplay, you use the gamepad, but it's not a hindrance. Like they said, actually, it feels more natural using a pro controller.
yeah,
The way you use the gamepad and everything. So like, I have confidence that it'll be good. I'm hoping for a demo though, so I can just
yes,
like see what it's like. But I mean, this game is just kind of like it gives me hope, really good hope for the future of Nintendo. Even when all the people that we're so used to seeing, like Miyamoto and
yeah,
like Onuma, like when they're gone or they take lesser roles in the company, I'm confident that we'll see more fresh and like new and fun
yes.
ideas like this.
Yes, again, people gotta remember, like, these new guys, like, these new developers, like, yeah, they're kind of, young and stuff like that, but they've had really good direction. And so if I am to, have faith in the higher ups in Nintendo that they've taught these individuals well, Splatoon should be a good game.
I think it's also they're just like us.
Yes.
We're the younger. Obviously, we're younger than them, and we've been waiting for something new, and like they've. I feel like it's even worse for them because like they've been sitting there and they're like, we have these ideas and we want to bring them to life,
Yeah.
but like this, we get why our company wants to keep like pushing out these same ideas because they can twist it in so many ways and it sells well, but like we want our chance to prove that the next generation, the people under them, have something great to bring, and it's
Yes.
gonna be fun.
And you know what the best part is? Splatoon is not going to be the last thing that we see from
Yeah,
this group of people. Because if you remember, they have this new, it's not really a development studio per se, but it's like a little group of people that get together and throw out ideas. The Nintendo Garage. And Splatoon is just one of a gazillion ideas that they threw out at each other. So if they continue to let the Nintendo Garage, the younger developers, come up with some stuff like this generation, like a lot of people are sleeping on the Wii U, and I get it. The Wii U has a lot of unappealing sides, but on the games front, if they continue to let these new developers bring up some stuff like Splatoon, this is going to be a really good generation for Nintendo as far as games are concerned. So
I mean I feel like that's the reason why people stick with Nintendo. Like even though they might not reach a broader audience, they have fun games.
yes,
And like I'm hoping Splatoon sells well and it becomes one of those games, like one of those breakout games. Obviously, it won't because not a lot of people have it. But I just hope it makes some noise and people are like, "Wow, this game is actually good," and it's a new IP.
yes,
It's not the same old. Like it's a completely new IP. It's it's a shooter. It's a new twist on the shooter, and it's like it's just a different atmosphere in the game overall. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yes, I'm just I
you have
need
a
it.
right to be excited. You don't have a right to be excited.
I need that game. Like, geez, may seem so far away already. Okay, moving on. uh, so that Hyrule Warriors Majora's Mask DLC. Am I the only one excited for this?
I saw that and like Tango looks weird as hell.
Yeah.
Like he looks so detailed and it's like I was like this dude looks mad weird, but that Link, that little
Oh
basically
yes.
like Majora's Mask Link looks cool as hell. And like
Yeah.
when he does his special, he puts on like the
The
deity
deity
mask
mask
and like
though.
that was dope.
I need it. And I've been largely uninterested in Hyrule Warriors DLC because I don't know. I don't hate DLC. I think DLC is good, but I don't usually buy it unless it's something I really really want. So this is gonna be one of the packs that I pick up because I
Yeah.
need that fierce deity Link doing his thing because that's hype. I like
It's like
that.
it's so funny. It's so funny because like I was watching the Majora's Mask Link like gameplay, and like he had this big ass sword, and he was just swinging it around. It looked like he was struggling with it, and like but he was still just like beating everyone up. And then he puts on the mask, and he gets all fast. I'm like, oh, this looks nice.
Yeah, that.
It'll probably be like the one pack I'll get for
Yeah.
Hyrule.
Yeah, because I didn't. I mean, the other ones looked cool too, but I didn't really feel compelled to get them. But I will be getting this one. Like, oh, so hype! And I think either Skull Kid or somebody will get a Skull Kid costume because
Yeah.
if you remember, after they showed the bit with like young Link and Tingle, they had little silhouettes of the people, and one of them looked like he had the Skull Kid hair thing going on, the hat, whatever he's got on his head. So I don't know what's going to come of that, but that's going to be interesting. But that DLC comes out in February, the first week of February at that. So I hope we probably see some more about it sometime soon. That's hype. But let's see. Um, Xenoblade Chronicle X has a new trailer showing the environment, and it is still slated for 2015. In Japan, it's supposed to come out in April, which is
I was like, what the hell?
smack in the face.
They just do not care. Like if you just gotta get used to it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't think that a game like that suits April for the West. Like, I feel like a game like that is something people look forward to towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
But then
Well,
again, at the same time, there's gonna be so many like blockbuster RPGs coming out at the end of the year. So it's like, man, I hope that Xenoblade doesn't get overshadowed because it's only an exclusive.
I think that would be cool. It would be cool for it to come out somewhere around summer, or at
Yeah.
least on a vacation, because people are gonna want to get up, like lobby up together, do like that game is gonna be one of those games that people still play for years afterwards.
Right. Isn't it gonna have online mode so people can like
Yep.
squad up and stuff?
Yep. You can have other people in your party. I don't know if they said anything about chat or not, but that game would do it that game an injustice to not have chat, because it's basically it would base. I mean, Monster Hunter had it, so
Yeah.
why not give this chat too?
I mean, if Monolith Soft seems like they're a bit more forward thinking than a lot of people at Nintendo, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did add some chat to the game. Hopefully they do that. Either way, the game is going to be awesome regardless. Like, I wasn't really interested in Xenoblade Chronicles X because I'm not really a big RPG head like that, but the more I see of the game, the more awesome it looks, so I think I will go ahead and invest in this game. And I hope that a lot of people do too. I hope that this game is successful.
I think it's definitely going to be successful, just solely due to the fact that the last one was so good, and
Yeah.
it only looks like it's getting better from there.
Yeah, there was so much acclaim around the first one. Hopefully the second one also gets the acclaim. Because, people are always, talking about things they can't have. But since Xenoblade Chronicles X is definitely coming everywhere else, hopefully, it's not one of those situations where people are like, oh, okay, well, whatever. We're getting it. So I'm not going to make no noise about it,
Yeah.
So we'll see. But That game looks awesome.
Yeah.
Like the mechs though, like we still don't even know how the mechs
Yeah.
work. Like
Like
how do the mechs work?
I was they showed a part where the kid was jumping. The character was jumping and he was running across the landscape. It was like grassy, mountainous type landscape. And he got to the top and he just straight up jumped off. And it
Yeah,
was like
man.
huge like lake. And I was like, I have a feeling you're gonna be able to call in your mechs and they can like save you from like certain situations like that one. Like if you
Yeah.
jump off, you can call it and it's gonna like swoop you up and you can just fly.
That's high. Now I wonder if they're gonna use the gamepad for that then, because like if you're in a mech, like is the gamepad screen like is there gonna be like a control panel or something that
I mean,
shows you like the inside of it, or I don't know what they're gonna do.
I assume that the gamepad will mostly be used for either like planning out your attacks when you get into battles,
Yeah.
or showing off uh um a bigger view of the map, like getting to see where everything is set in waypoints and all that stuff.
Right.
So I mean that would be cool if they had like an alternate view where you could just look through the gamepad while you're flying and driving and stuff.
That would be so freaking hype. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, that's pretty hype. But I get excited about simple things sometimes.
No, that is nice. I can't wait for that game actually. Like, I'm gonna have to pick it up because I have no idea. We have no idea when Final Fantasy 15 is coming out.
It's
So
supposed to come out this year, isn't it?
I mean, I would say late this year, early next year.
Yeah. We'll
I don't
see.
know. We might see at E3, but those two games are pretty different. But Xenoblade Chronicles does have me interested. So I think that along with other titles is gonna hold me over till I get my next RPG
Right.
action on it.
Well, we'll see, man. But April, it's coming out in April in Japan, so that means that that game is pretty much finished. It just needs to be localized, and that's it.
Yep.
So, now let's see. The next thing on the list is Mario and Donkey Kong Tipping Stars. A lot of people don't like Mario versus DK, but I do, and I like the fact that it's cross-buy because I like
Yeah.
Mario versus
When I
Donkey
saw that,
Kong.
I was like, this is one of the best things about this direct. Because
Yes.
they finally bring cross-buy, and like I have a feeling in the future they're gonna do the same with Smash Bros. Like
Ooh.
if you buy the version on the Wii U, you get a download code for this version, or I think they might just have it so that if you buy the Wii U version, you'll get a download code for the 3DS version.
Yeah.
Because the Wii U version is obviously like 100 times better. So yeah, they're acknowledging cross-buy, which is nice.
Yeah, that's pretty hype. So I will be getting Mario versus Donkey Kong, and I'll be enjoying it on my new 3DS as well as my Wii U.
Uh,
Um, and another thing that I felt was really cool about Mario versus Donkey Kong is the new social features. Like, I mean, it's nothing too crazy or anything like that, but you can reward people for awesome levels that they share with stars that you gain within the game. I thought that was pretty cool.
yeah. I mean, you've always been able to like share your levels with everyone, but now you're like,
You can reward them.
yeah, you can interact with them more, give them more stuff. Kind of like Little Big Planet, where you would play on somebody else's level, and if you played on that level, you would get like new materials, new objects. You can
Right.
your own level and stuff. So I'm hoping that's also implemented into like Mario Maker and stuff, where you can get rewards for like completing a really hard level or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So
There's got to be like a gazillion like sharing options and social options in Mario Maker. If they don't, then I'll be very disappointed because the whole focus of that game is content creation. So
yep.
yeah, hopefully Nintendo does that. Let's see what's next. Project Treasure, which is a new free-to-play game. It's supposedly a 4-player co-op game. It's supposed to be like an action game or something like that.
It's basically like from what I gathered what he was saying, it's basically like you and 3 other players go on like raids and you have to complete missions. It's like action. I assume there's gonna be some sort of like weapon system and all that. but it's I guess it's also mixed with like puzzles. You have to like figure out different puzzles to like to I guess get the treasure. You have to avoid traps. You have to like go through different like raids and everything. It sounds really cool.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't suck because I would play this game. Because, like, I love games that are cooperative. Like, I love co op games, so
Yeah.
I hope it's good. I can't wait till they show more about it. Because, I
Yeah.
mean, they didn't really show anything. They just talked about it. But that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Let's see, and there's a lot of indie stuff that's coming up that I'm personally excited about, like Citizens of Earth and Gunman and Clive and Moon Chronicles. Let's see, we've got it's Elliot Quest, which is coming out for the Wii U in February. We've got Black. Oh jeez, sorry. We've got Black that's coming out on the Wii U in February. We've got Citizens of Earth coming out for the Wii U and 3DS next week, which I am so excited for. I am looking forward to this game like crazy. Gunman Clive is coming on the 3DS in January. Moon Chronicles episodes 2, 3, and 4, which will also be available in a season pass as well as individually. And I've been waiting for these episodes because I do have the first one and I reviewed it.
Yeah.
Coming out for the 3DS. I don't remember when they said those were coming out.
Yeah, I don't think they said anything. If not, then I missed it.
Yeah.
But, it's not too far off.
Yeah, but I know that. Yeah, I know they did say that it was coming out sometime soon. So maybe the next couple of weeks, maybe sometime in February. We've got more Sega 3D classics coming out, like Fantasy Zone and Afterburner 2 for the 3DS. Etrian Mystery Dungeon, which was actually kind of a surprise, coming out for the 3DS, and Story of Seasons coming out on in March on 3DS. I know that one was coming out. I just didn't know when. Isn't that like a Harvest Moon game or?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm confused about Harvest. It was like a Harvest Moon something, and then there's Story of Seasons. It was just some weird things going on with the licensing or something like that.
Yeah. It is kind of like, from what I saw when they showed the gameplay, it's kind of like Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
I think this might be the second game in the series. I don't know, because they were talking about how there's extra added like social features and whatnot. Like you can get certain items or whatever from people over Miiverse and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm not sure if it's like the second game or if it's just an added feature.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Also, to all you Earthbound fans out there, if you don't get Citizens of Earth, I'm going to be very disappointed in you. Because that game is basically like Earthbound 2015. Like, like if you've seen it, it is definitely inspired by Earthbound. So, yeah. Let's see. Fossil Fighter Frontier online multiplayer and local multiplayer coming out in March on March 20th on 3DS. I've heard of Fossil Fighter, but I haven't played it for myself. It's cool that it's gonna have online. Did the other ones have online?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's a really cool concept, actually, though. Like, I was thinking, like, if they made it into, like, maybe, like, a home console type game and they really added more time into it, that would be a really cool game. Because you're basically just, like, you're looking for basically just these fossils, and then you bring them to life, and then, like, you fight one of them. You can go online and do tournaments and everything. Like, if they expanded on that and made it for a home console, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that would be cool, man. Let's see. Oh, and they confirmed, which we already knew because there was already rumors busting around, that the new 3DS is coming out on February 13th over here in America. And a bummer is that there is no charger included. Like, why would they do that? I don't understand.
Well, first off, let's just make it clear that it's the XL. It's not the regular new 3DS.
Right.
Only the XL, which is upsetting to me because I actually just wanted the regular one. Plus, it costs less. I mean, I've been playing on the first ever 3DS for I don't know how many years now. So I'm just used to it. I'm used to a small screen. So me upgrading to the regular new 3DS would be an upgrade because the screen is bigger.
Yeah.
and the overall processing is just better, and all these new extra buttons and all that. So I didn't need the XL, but yeah, the XL is the only one coming over here. The whole charger thing, it's something they do in Japan. They do this.
Yeah.
Man, like when they release a new iteration of the console or handhelds anyway, they don't come with a charger. Cause, but I think that's only something you should do in Japan
Yes.
because they're a handheld central gaming region. Like they mainly
Yes.
game on handheld. So they're I guess every gamer is guaranteed to have probably an extra charger like sitting around or whatever. So you're like, yeah, I mean I don't need it, so because I have like a whole bunch. But, like people, I know there's probably few people that have waited for this, and now they're gonna have to probably go out and get like a separate charger. Granted, they don't really cost that much, but it's just like kind of a little inconvenient
Yeah.
for, people that.
Yeah. They That's the thing. Like, it's convenient for people in Japan because of the like reasons that you said, but it just doesn't make sense to do that over here. Like, that just, it puzzles me. Cause like I know, like, everybody over there, they already have a handheld, so they're probably just gonna be upgrading. So they already have a charger. So Nintendo is trying to cut down on clutter. They're all about trying to cut down on clutter and making everything all compact because they live in like tighter areas and they're more condensed over there. But we don't live like that. They don't have to do us like that. Like, come on, man. It's crazy. And everybody's talking about, oh, well, Nintendo's doing that because they're trying to money grab and save money. They don't make anything. They don't cost that much. Like, Nintendo has nothing to gain from not adding a charger just for money reasons. Like, it's really not that serious. Those things probably cost like $1, if that, to make. But whatever. Anyway, Codename Steam, a game I'm personally excited for. It will have amiibo support with Fire Emblem characters only.
So far, anyway.
So far, Fire Emblem amiibo only, and there are going to be more Marth amiibo made because of this reason. And another thing about Codename Steam that I don't see the notes here is that if you pre-order Codename Steam, you will get a Majora's Mask pin when you go to pick up Majora's Mask 3DS.
Yeah, which is a little weird. I was like, why my Codename Steam when like I would understand if Codename Steam had some sort of like amiibo support with Zelda, and like you could get some extra content in the game that was Zelda themed, but like you just pre-order and get a pin, which is it's cool. Like that pin does look really nice, and I actually do want it. I'm just not completely sold on the game itself.
You know why they did that? Because they wanted to sell.
Yeah.
It's a new IP, yet again, a new IP, new unproven game. They want to get it out. What better way to get it out than to pair it with something Zelda related? Because Zelda fans are crazy. They're gonna buy it regardless because of Zelda.
Especially with the collectible stuff. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
And I'm a Zelda fan, so I can say that. So but Codename Steam looks good. There's a lot of people that are on the fence because they don't really care for the art style and stuff. And I can see why people don't really care for the art style and the setting, but once again, I'm a strategy co-op type of girl, and that game has the gameplay of genres that I like. So that is a day one for me.
I mean, for me, it's not the art style; it's more so the gameplay.
Yeah.
Like that, like you said, you're that type of person, and I like strategy too. It just seems like I don't know that this type of gameplay just doesn't really like suit me completely. Maybe I have to try it out. If there's a demo, I'm definitely gonna download it because it does seem interesting. I do want to support it.
It's one of those kind of genres though. It's not for everybody because let's be real, like tactical stuff, especially like stuff like this, is just not for everybody. It's not everybody's cup of tea. At the same time, I thought that Fire Emblem wasn't everybody's cup of tea, and it still sold well. So I mean, maybe there might eventually be a market for it. Who knows? But it's made by Intelligent Systems. They're a proven developer, so I have faith that the game is at least going to be good. So
I mean, I've played XCOM Enemy Unknown,
right,
and that's kind of the same thing, and I really did like that game, so maybe I will like it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you never know. Hopefully there is a demo. I think for games like this, And games like Splatoon, like games that nobody, doesn't know if it's gonna be good or not, because they're like new games. Like there should be demos for people to try it out.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, why not?
You wanna have people get a little taste and see what it's like.
Right.
So yeah, and they're all about people being satisfied with their product. So why not more demos?
Yeah. And see, in the next one, there's gonna be a new. I don't know if this is a new Ace Combat or if this is just like an upgraded version of the pre-existing Ace Combat, but it's Ace Combat Assault Horizon Legacy Plus, and it's gonna utilize the new 3DS. And there's gonna be amiibo support for vehicle skins. I remember in the video I saw that a Mario amiibo skin will customize your jet to look like freaking Mario's overalls. And then there's the Star Fox, the Fox amiibo. Makes your jet look like the R-Wing or like a Star Fox inspired jet, which I think is pretty hype because I like Star Fox.
That Zelda one was nice though.
I don't remember the Zelda one. I have to go back.
They straight up took just like the Skyward Sword like cover kinda.
Yeah.
And they just plastered it over, but it's not the gold background. It's like the sky blue with like the sky in the background and all that, and it looks really nice.
Yeah, because I've never been interested in an Ace Combat before until they was like, oh, you can make your jets look like this, like, oh, snaps. I might have to see what that be like then. You never know.
They also said that like for the Bowser amiibo, that was probably like the best one, because like you know how some of the older jets would have like I don't know how you call it, kind of like the shark teeth or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they have that, but it's like Bowser's face, and the teeth are the same, and it's the same color scheme.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I need to go back and watch that video because yeah, those jets look so cool.
Yeah, so that is coming out.
I'm actually looking at him right now. Oh yeah, that Bowser one is so clean.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks so clean. Oh, see, I missed that one because they were moving too fast for me, and I was at work trying to watch it. That's clean. All right, let's see what's next. Xenoblade Chronicles 3D is being ported by Monster Games, the same people who ported over Donkey Kong Country to the 3DS, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3D is going to be coming in April. So that's pretty cool. I didn't play Xenoblade on the Wii. Don't get mad.
I didn't either. But I'm interested in X, so
yeah.
Hopefully they'll have some sort of backstory that'll like catch me up to it or whatever.
Or maybe if Xenoblade Chronicles gets a sale or something before Xenoblade Chronicles X comes out, maybe you can get it for cheap or something.
Hey, maybe they might bring it to Wii U. They all bring in Wii games.
You know what? That could happen. That's a possibility. They need all the Xenoblade hype they can get and get people familiar with this game so that more people will be looking forward to Xenoblade Chronicles X because that game looks amazing.
What would you do if they bundled Xenoblade Chronicles with the Xenoblade Chronicles X when it launches, and you can get both games for like $30?
Oh my god!
I think that would sell out so quick, especially if it was like a special edition.
I would love that. I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Because that would give me an opportunity to play both.
Yeah, that kind of did it with Bayonetta 2 when they put 1 and 2 together.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna go back and play 1. I just wanted to play 2. But since they put it in, I played 1 and I like really liked it, and then I moved on to 2 and it was better. So
right.
You do that stuff, it like builds up. It actually like kind of makes you play it, but in a way you still want to play it.
Now,
like,
don't get me
fair.
excited for things that's not gonna happen. And let's see, an Ironfall Invasion is gonna be, well, I'll go ahead and give you some more insight about Ironfall Invasion. For those of you guys who didn't watch the Red, I'm pretty sure everybody did anyway. But it is a third-person shooter, kind of like a Gears of War style shooter. And it's gonna feature, which is new information, because I interviewed these developers last year for my website, and I asked them if there were gonna be multiplayer, and they were saying that, you know, they were still thinking about what they wanted to do. But there's gonna be 6-player online and local, co-op, and it's gonna be 60 frames per second. Holy crap!
I'm
Like
like,
on the 3DS.
I
Like
saw
what do
that.
you?
I was like, what is up with the 3DS getting 60 frames, but like no jab at the Vita? But where's the
Oh,
frames games on the Vita? Like the Vita is a great system. I'm not gonna say the Vita sucks because it doesn't. My brother owns one and I've played on it. It's a very good system, very good. But like, what is up?
wow.
It's a lesser spec type like handheld, but it's running like these games at like 60 frames.
Yeah, there's a lot of 3DS games that run at 60 frames too, which is crazy. It's like there's some voodoo magic going on. And the crazy thing about Ironfall is that it's only being made by 3 people, and
That's crazy. I didn't
like
know.
that's crazy talent. But they used to work at bigger companies and stuff. But that's crazy. But I'm looking forward to that because once again co-op, so I'm all over it, and hopefully it's fun. Hopefully it's not just another generic cover shooter. You know what I mean? Hopefully it stands out, and especially being on the 3DS, a system that doesn't really have games like that. I have high hopes for this one because it really ain't got no competition. Really,
It looks really good too.
it
Like the
does.
graphics are really good.
Yeah, for 3DS, yeah, it looks really good. It looks really good for a 3DS game. And then, like I said, it's indie. It's made by 3 people. Like it's kind of impressive, I would say. Let's see. Next, Monster Hunter 4 is getting a new 3DS bundle that is GameStop exclusive. There is a demo coming soon, and it will feature 14 weapon classes, online and local multiplayer. The game gives new puzzle boards in Mii Plaza, which I felt like was kind of weird.
Yeah, the
But
thing is, like, I haven't been on that puzzle
yeah,
thing like so long.
Monster Hunter's not gonna change that for me. But that's still kind of out of place that it would use Mii Plaza of all things.
Yeah.
And the game releases on the same day as new 3DS launch day, which is February the 13th. And I'm disappointed that Monster Hunter 4 is not coming to the Wii U because I'm spoiled and I would rather play it on my TV.
Yeah.
But I'll take that L and get it on 3DS.
Yeah.
I see. It looks like I have no choice.
It would be. I mean, I'm still holding hopes for that it comes to Wii U. Like, we see it.
I mean, the game was coming out in February, like in a month.
Yeah.
So if they do bring it over to the Wii U, it'd have to be sometime a little bit later. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think
I would
people
prefer
buy
it
it again.
I would buy it again. Cause I mean, I tried Monster Hunter Tri. That was my first Monster Hunter that I tried on the Wii. I wasn't feeling it. I guess probably because I didn't really have anybody to play it with. But I recently bought Fire Emblem. Look at me. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate on the Wii U, and now I have a lot more people to play it with, and I've been enjoying the heck out of Monster Hunter. So I'm more inclined to get Monster Hunter 4 now. So if they did bring it over to the Wii U, I probably would double dip and buy it again. Ain't gonna lie to you. So yay! What about you? You gonna get Monster Hunter? Do you have any interest at all in Monster Hunter?
If I was to get Monster Hunter, I would wait until I got a new 3DS. So
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see about that.
This salt right now, jeez. This salt is so real with you in this
No, I'm not.
3DS.
It's not about. It's not even about that. I just preferred the regular one because it technically comes with more. It's
Yeah.
It's a smaller screen, but it comes with the whole faceplate thing, and it costs less.
I understand.
So,
completely.
yeah. If I was to trade in I only have the original 3DS, so I would get like $75 toward it.
Yeah.
I was to trade it in.
I'm not trading mine in. I'm gonna keep my OG 3DS because I plan on getting a 3DS capture card so that I can record gameplay on it. So, but that pretty much concludes all of our topics. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about how we feel about the direct overall. Soxus, you can have the floor. I don't want to hold the mic.
I feel the direct was good, really good to me. With directs, I usually come in with obviously low expectations because we've been conditioned to do that.
Right?
Um, but like they threw in a lot of surprises and they threw in a lot of information. They supported. They talked a lot about Amiibo, which I really wanted them to do. They announced new titles. Um, they gave a lot of dates or at least some years. They talked about new content coming to existing titles. They um, they showed Xenoblade Chronicles, which I really wanted to see. They showed off Splatoon, which was like the best thing for me in the whole thing.
Oh, yes.
And they showed a lot about the new 3DS. Granted, some stuff was bad about it, but I like they showed already like two bundles. So like you're not just getting a red or black one. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
think we mentioned it, but the Majora's Mask bundle is also coming out on February 13th. Um, and if you, like you said, when you pre-order Codename Steam, you get the Majora's Mask pin. And the only downfall to it is that it doesn't come with the game, which is so
Yeah.
backwards, and I don't get it. But people are gonna buy it either way because it's Zelda 3DS.
Yeah,
So
pretty
yeah,
much.
I mean, I think it was a good direct.
Yeah, overall, I would say that it was a good direct, and especially coming from somebody like me that thoroughly enjoys co-op games and strategy games and puzzle games. This direct was really enjoyable. Now, I don't think it's the best direct ever.
It's not
Obviously
even.
not. It doesn't even
It
scratch
has.
the surface.
It hasn't been a really good direct since like that January 2013.
Oh, that direct was so memorable. It was
I was like,
definitely
yeah,
the
I was
best.
like, yo, what's up with all this shit? Like, what's up with all these things?
Like,
And like, I haven't gotten anything like that in such a
yeah, that's
unless
true.
you wanna count like the E3 directs.
Right. Because like at that direct, it was like they were just chunking things at us. Like, jeez.
That was the infamous Shin Megami Tensei Crossfire Emblem one we haven't seen. We've literally every game in that direct is either released or we've gotten information about it
Yeah.
except for that.
Like I cried when I saw the direct. I was like, this is so awesome. Oh my god. But yeah, overall, I thought this direct was really good, and a lot of people are upset because there was a lot of 3DS stuff. But when was the last time we really legit had like 3DS games? Like a lot of people forget that because the 3DS is selling so well that it should be like omitted all the time. But it's been really dry on the
Yeah,
3DS
like
side.
last
So
year, last year it was really apparent that Nintendo was focusing on the Wii U,
yes,
so they kind of gave the 3DS a break. Um,
yes.
but now it's like a balance now. They're both getting content this year.
Yes. And this is the first time in a long time that I've actually been excited about handheld things.
Yeah,
Because before it was like, okay, yeah, Fire Emblem's coming out, yeah, Zelda's coming out, that's awesome. But this time I'm just like, man, like I gotta open my 3DS up a little bit. You know, I gotta play some stuff on my 3DS right now because the hype is coming. So I thought it was pretty good. I would probably give it about a C plus B minus if I were to give it a grade. So
yeah.
overall, I'm satisfied. The only thing that I was really expecting was the new 3DS bundle launch date. So everything else was just like whatever. You know, it was just icing on the cake. Splatoon was hype. Ironfall was hype. Fire Emblem was hype. So it's like, shoot, I mean, what I'm mad for? It ain't nothing to be mad about.
I was gonna say you should probably just get that Majora's Mask 3DS unless it's already sold out.
Oh yeah, I went to GameStop already. It's sold out. It's gone. The only thing they've got left, I think the Monster Hunter one is still in stock though. But the only ones they had left, to my knowledge, the one at my GameStop is that they only had the red ones and they only had the black ones. But those Majora's Mask ones came and went.
Yeah. Have you checked online like different stores? Because I'm pretty sure there's some other stores that's gonna have it.
Oh, I
Because
don't care.
I
I
know.
wanted the black one. I don't want the special editions.
Oh, okay.
Even though the Monster Hunter one looks cool, I just wanted the standard black. I'm not flashy like that, so I don't really care about all that stuff. But they look cool. I kind of wish the Majora's Mask one was purple though. That probably would have got me to
That's
try
the
that one.
that's said, I was like, they would have really did a way better job if it was purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, like purple, and then they had like all the different colors of like the Skull Kids mask on it, and like all like the green, purple, red, yellow. But that would be cool.
Oh yes. But definitely the highlight had to be freaking Splatoon for me. Because anytime we get any new information about Splatoon is a good day, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
For people who like are interested in that game, if you have a Tumblr, I would suggest following their
Oh
Tumblr.
yeah.
Stuff like
They be
very
posting some little silly stuff on their Tumblr. So they just
yeah
be little random silly stuff. But I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate that they seem like they're very ecstatic themselves about making the game, and they're very open to communicating with people about the game and letting people know what's going on. Like they're just as excited as we are, which is a really
yeah.
good sign.
It's another trait of the younger generation of Nintendo. They understand communication. Like
Mm-hmm.
one of the best things for a game is to get people excited for it.
Yep, for sure, for sure. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and conclude because this video has to at least be an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep.
All right, folks. That concludes our thoughts on the Nintendo Direct that happened today. I'm gonna go ahead and let Soxus give his conclusion or his farewells or anything that he needs to say before we end this. Go ahead, man.
Well, yeah. I would just like to say thank you for allowing me to collaborate with you on this episode. Hopefully, we
Yay!
can do some more in the future. Um, again, it was a good direct and everything. So yeah, hopefully we can do more episodes like this. Um, for anybody out there who is interested in my channel, again, it's the Soxas, TheSoxas, and I just make video game music videos on my channel. If you're interested in it, I don't think there's any other channel that does it that I'm aware of, but yeah, I just have fun with my videos. And people on my channel, check out Mia's channel. She has like a really good insight on everything. Everything. It's not just Nintendo. She prefers Nintendo, but um, I've known her long enough to know that she's not biased toward anything.
Yay!
She has really good insight on like everything, like including some of the videos that I've done in my channel, like the games that I feature on my channel. So yeah, if you want another channel that just has someone who's really open-minded, who gives a really good perspective on everything, then definitely go follow her, subscribe to her channel, go to her website, sheattacks.com.
Ooh.
And also, if you're interested, we administrate for a group on Facebook called Wii U Mad. We're both in there. We both administrated with a couple other people. There's a lot of the group is very active. There's always new stuff coming and going. Always new tournaments and like threads and discussions. So yeah, just make sure you follow all of that stuff and support her as well.
Thank you very much, Soxus. That was very nice of you to say all those things about me. I don't think I'm that awesome. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will link the Soxus' video, his actual YouTube channel, I'm sorry, in the description. And I will talk to you guys at a later date. Let me know if you like this series. I don't plan on having guests all the time. It's usually going to be myself. But if you like this format, I might have more guests on more often. So let me know what I can do to make this series better based off this first episode. And let me know how you feel about the Nintendo Direct that happened today yourself in the description. I'll talk to you guys at a later date. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.
Bye.